Hey there folks, welcome to the next GT7 Weekly Challenges of September week 3, and we're September 19th to September 25th. Starting off with the Sunday cut at Tokyo Expressway, central clockwise. Track that, really kind of don't care for. But the introducing sport. Anyways, I am driving the Toyota Prius GT7 a car that is... You're gonna be shocked about this. It's 155 miles per hour. This is a people's car build for the Prius. Which, yeah, it does the job. It does hit 155, but it is one of the slowest acceleration vehicles. So, as a trade-off. Not to this competition's case though, but you'll notice it like in the higher grounds that yeah, the acceleration is just not there at all. However, I mean, fuel efficiency, but not surprised though. It's a CVT car that, you know, that's where it's at when it comes to fuel efficiency, besides a gas-fed hybrid at the end of it. On top of that. So yeah, this ain't, because yeah, when it comes to hybrids, there's multiple versions of hybrids. You have the hybrid that most people are familiar with, which is gas and electric, where the electric motor just gets its battery juice from regeneration braking and stuff. Then you have Toyota's case, which this is the older hybrid system. This is a gas-fed hybrid system, where over time eventually the gas starts feeding back into the motor and such. And then you had the Le Mans boosting hybrid style. There might be more styles and stuff, but yeah. It is kind of interesting. Like to say on the Le Mans boosting one though, it's basically a makeshift turbo. You know, it allows the car to accelerate from the ground a lot easier. Doesn't make it faster, but it just makes it more accelerant. So it's great for those situations and stuff. But yeah, this car can hit 155 miles per hour though, which is very shocking. But then again, a reminder that this car's design and stuff is built in mind for like wind tunnels and stuff, so it's able to achieve that top speed very efficiently somehow. So it's only like 188 horsepower, but yet it's 155. Technically 157, but some handicaps and stuff, like adjust the spoiler and stuff. Yeah, if you adjust the spoiler to be a bit more turny on the front, it will lower the top speed a bit. So yeah, there's my manipulation ways to get into the work. And it's also an FF2, which technically, you know, as a CVT for an FF, that's not a bad ideal. I just hope there's like a way to get more acceleration in the future, but you know, this is just a 2009 Prius though. Like, I wonder about the newer one, or how much better that one is. Kinda hoping it is, but you know, never know. Until Gran Turismo gives us the new Prius, we won't know. But for now, we have this one that's been here since like Gran Turismo 5, matter of fact. Matter of fact, they have a touring car that we don't have anymore either. Touring car was crazy, I'll just say that much. It was something crazy, because I saw a YouTuber used it for quick access to some races and stuff. Because it just allowed you to at the end of the day. Because for a touring car, it's not really a race car. It's like, well, even though it's designed to be a race car, just, you know, you can still use it for those events in Gran Turismo 5 for some reason. I'm not really sure on that. Anyways, we're crossing the line here. Go efficiency, go! As the thing goes. But yeah, the car that can go 155 is the Prius G. Who knew? Anyways, off to the 4-wheel drive challenge 600 at Fisherman's Ranch, a dirt track that I technically haven't done for a while, and I brought the most native dirt car possible, the Alfred Executive of Toyotas. So in other words, the big bulky minivan. Yeah, you can drive the big bulky minivan in rally. Which I will say, it's not just any Alfred either too. It has the Lexus LFA motor in it too, for shits and giggles. But yeah, you can drive the big old Alfred in this, which is hilarious. So yeah, 700 horsepower minivan just roaring through the dirt track and stuff. That's just crazy, man. Very crazy and hilarious. I watch this shit. Although, I will say pretty bad, because yeah, you're going to see in the future here, there's going to be a lot of dents in this vehicle at the end of the day, because yeah, minivans were not made for stuff like this. Matter of fact, if you hit a jump like that, the whole car would be destroyed right there, because it's, I don't know if I want to say unibody, but yeah, in order to be a minivan though, it needs to be a long body style at the end of the day. So, you know, because it is a 6-seater after all. Well, I say somewhat. Sometimes it can be just more of a cargo in the back, while the 2 4-seaters at the end of the day. But yeah, it really depends. I mean, most of the case, the 6-seaters are full of seats, mind you, too. Except for like the beginning years, like something like a Dodge Caravan or a Chevy Astro, I think. That may not have foldable seats by then. Although I will take that back, it technically did, but it was really tacky. I'll say that much. Very tacky, but it can work. It just wasn't as refined. But yeah, you can drive the Alfred though, which is very hilarious in regards. Okay, I got all these Lancers and Impreza, because yeah, I think this is when the newer Impreza showed up, which is a 2004 or 5 there. 5-ish one. So we got that one. That's when we got that Impreza. Yeah, got a bunch of old ones. Old Imprezas and Lancers. Man, Mazda 3. With the Grand Turismo sticker. It's the only one with the Grand Turismo sticker, I swear. Yeah, if you look at this one very closely, you know there's a Grand Turismo sticker. Anyways, up to the Jumps of Doom. Starting with this second one here, because yeah, the second was the first one, but holy crap, just seeing that 4,000-pound minivan just fly. You get the Mazda 3, the Impreza. Who else is taking that jump? Cause yeah, I can just like keep it here for a minute. Wings are going in, the other wings are going in. Got another Impreza jumping. Surprise! And it's a 3. Oh yeah, there's already 2 Sky in here. Anyway, what's that? There's a Impreza 2 out of 4. Alright, now to the second jump here. Whoa! Oh my god. That is so fun. Good god. Just seeing a big old fancy box just fly across the dirt valley like that. I was gonna get my taxi one, but I have to re-edit the vinyl and stuff on that because it's technically not original. So, but yep, that basic process is the line for that. Cause yeah, I will say this track is, or this event is short. It's only like 4, I want to say 4 minutes definitely. There, but yeah, on to the special event though, which is like Skyline GTR 1 make at Grand Valley Highway 1. Okay, this event here, this event is really bullshit because I'm just gonna say this, for cars that are using sports soft here, I call BS like big time, like really big time on this one, because I'm just gonna say for the turning factor, they sure turning as hard as a right hard, or not right hard, but race hard tires. Right hard. They're right hards. But that's how, you know, dyslexia that my fucking language is right now, because I hate this event. I hate this event. I was gonna drive the freaking Skyline C110 in this event. Don't do it. Just don't. Just go get a 400R, set it up to 750 pp, you're set for life. Because, no. Just, no to this. Because I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. I'm also being a hypocritical piece of crap too at the end of it, because I did ask for a high PP challenge. I just didn't expect this high of a PP challenge, nor kind of lying to me at the end of the day. That's the bad part. It's like, on one end, yeah, I got what I wanted, but on the other end, I also got a terrible lie that they're trying to conceive at the end of the day. Oh, we're just driving sports soft tires. You are clearly fucking not, because you're turning more than racing hard tires, sir. Stop bullshitting me at the end of the day. Although, I will admit, sports soft tires do have a close turning factor to racing hard tires, not as that close. And also, I'm gonna guess there's like 800 horsepower snuffed into these cars at the end of the day, because these first two jack holes, my god, like I don't know what's with the rubber cap to them, but oh my god, it's like they do not want you to catch these two guys. Most importantly, these first two guys up here. Anyways, just showing all the other R33 because yeah, it is kind of cool. There's a special event. It's just a really dickish special event at the end of the day. Ugh, God, man, dyslexia. Just that's just how bad. It's a mess. It's a little mess. This messes in my voice vocabulary is right now. For an event, I gotta say, it's. Don't get me wrong. This would be fun if you realize, but when you don't realize like how fast they want you to go for this, like oh okay, they want you that fast, especially that crap stain right there, that Nismo, my god, what a bunhole, man, what a freaking bunhole. And the second one, it's usually the white one, but it can also be that purple one there too. And when I say the white one, I mean there's like another white one. Because I don't know if like all the skylines are shown that they did for decal and stuff, but most of them are here. Yeah, I just drive my Fireblade color 400R because I was just doing my damnedest to see if I could get that C110 to beat these guys. No, the C110, and when I say the C110, it's with the skyline silhouette. I think I technically made a big mistake at the end of the day because I realized the silhouette is so low in acceleration, it's not even funny on top of it. So again, more of a reason don't bring the C110 into this, so it's not worth it. I mean, unless maybe the regular motor is much better, but I don't know. At the end of the day, when these guys are hauling ass between like 170 there, I beg to differ. I am just doubting that, like hardcore. But yeah, these are basically high performance skylines at the end of it. And again, I want to, you know, say bad, but it's really messy. It's just a really messy event at the end of the day. I don't want to hate on it, but good lord, does it want to irritate me like hardcore. It's kind of funny. Then the purple one finally passed the Nismo. It's like, oh, okay, this one is putting a competition on. Which is kind of funny. That's the regular R33. The 400R is that one, which you can definitely tell by the motor. Yes, if I recall, that's like a. I'm trying to remember what it's technically called. It's like. It's a very special RB26 motor. I'll just say that much. What the 400R has, because it's like a race tune motor that Nismo did for that car. That's why that car is worth like $1 million, because. Compared to the Z-Tune, which I think, again, I call the Z-Tune a big old shitter because the fact it costs like $3 million for that damn thing, when it's not that much different from the base R34. Besides the special hood scoop and like the other things you can do to it, or make it into a makeshift race car. I'll give it that, but to be honest, to cost $3 million compared to a 400R, which the 400R I consider more unique because at least they made a race bred engine at the end of the day. But it's just wow. Anyways, let's watch me just the crap out of these guys. Cause yeah, I hate these first two. These first two, fuck them. They're just terrible opponents at the end of the day. It's like, what the hell? It's like these two are the only ones that are being fast, while the rest of the pack, they're just back there. Back there just driving what they should be driving at pace. These two are so out of pace, it's not funny. So we're going to this situation where it just feels like it's on hard mode, which I bet it kind of is. Because I will say some events set itself to hard mode, I will say. This might be one of them. If not, then this is on normal and I don't know what to say at the end of that. It's like, holy crap. Yeah, just giving us good old drifting gist at the end of the day. It's just like, what the hell on this one? I just want a fun, simple, high-performance race. No, let's be dicks blow at it. Let's have the progression band scored a little higher than it should be. You know, this, okay, fine, you get this treatment then, in that case. There's another event here, I'm gonna say I got a similar case too. Because I thought that car was fast enough, it wasn't. Again, and the worst part is, it was a grade 1 car where it should be. There's my 6 drift one, there we go. Just gotta understand the car, because I will say it's front heavy. Front heavy cars are not fun to drift sometimes. They sometimes want to go where they want to go, which, you know, makes sense. I mean, it's 400R without test of all-wheel drive system, so it kind of should go where it's going. Anyways, crossing the line here. So screw you guys. It's like, good God. So yeah, that special event is like a C to me because of the fact how surprising that is. Anyways, off to the Evolution meeting at the Autodromo Nazionale Monza, which I am driving my one Lancer Evo Tommy Mackinnon one because since that took so freaking long, I might as well just drive this. So yeah, the Lancer Evo 6 as you see there. See, I forgot it sometimes shows the car's name, which is handy for that most part. Yep, just driving the Lancer Evo 6 Tommy Mackinnon special. Which, what's different between the regular Evo 6 to this? Besides the Mackinnon vinyl, I don't know much. Besides maybe different rims or stuff. That's the only thing I can think of. Like maybe even the gauges are different, perhaps too, on that matter. But I'm not really technically sure. I haven't really checked up a video about this car. What's super special about it? Besides, you know, Tommy Mackinnon as a rally driver, because he was the one that drove for Mitsubishi and scored a number of wins for on their behalf in drivers championship and stuff to rally. So yeah, this is why this special edition exists. But you know, it's nice to have a driver supported edition at the end of the day, because not only it's a homologation, it's also a homologation for that driver to represent that, yeah, this is how good that driver was. The amount of good respect in a way. I can't say it's gonna be golden as always, because there's probably cases where you had this driver special edition and it turns out that driver made one hell of a controversy. I don't think I haven't came across that case, but there is one. Oh boy. But yeah, I will say I'm going to be blowing through the competition, because after that whole Skyline debacle, might as well just slap some race hard tires and just go ham, because the only way that is a 600 pp Lancer. So I just gunned for it at the end of the day, and you know, this is a short event technically as well, so might as well, for the most part. You know, there's the regular Tommy Mackinnon, although somewhat the regular Tommy Mackinnon, unless you notice about the rally art sticker stamp. I don't think it's supposed to have those in the back, let's say, so that's a special one. And then you got the Lancer Evo X, or the final, because this was the last Lancer ever made. And a lot of people do not care for that new motor whatsoever it has, because it's not the 4G13 motor, whatever it's called, that all the other Lancers share. Now instead, it's shared with some kind of other car. Not sure what. Yeah, when Mitsubishi was cool and they decided, which I never understand how the heck the cost factor was so much for this car at the end of it, but I guess it was. I'm just not sure how, but it just was. Then again, I have kind of noticed there hasn't been like a lot of, you know, standard all-wheel drive cars, except I could think of the Toyota Crown and maybe the Mazda Tenza for that most part. But when I think of like high dollar all-wheel drives, mostly the GTR in that case. If I see Impreza, it's mostly like a lower down engine at this point because of being called out that one engine was bad and stuff. So they switched motors. I think they switched motors, or that is just detuned to like 200 horsepower. There's no. Impreza's not much, or I'm sorry, not Impreza. WRX is not much better. Cause yeah, that's right. They name dropped it. Name dropped that since the 2019 model and onwards, which I don't understand. That why did you run with the Nissan around that? Just keep it the Impreza. It's impressive, for God's sake. But yeah, it's just one of the things I just don't understand. And then at the end of the day, you got the fanatics driving your Lancers, and therefore you have the Evolution meeting. Then again, there's like so many Evolutions, so you might as well. So there's been like 10 different series and models of Lancers. Cause you have the first to 3, then you have the 4 to 6, and then you have the 7 to 9. Which the 7th one we don't talk about because that's the automatic GTA one, which was pretty bad. It was a pretty bad one. While 8 and 9 is not bad because the Mitsubishi Racing basically steered it back, and then you had the special 440, either 440iX or 440MR or something like that it's called. But that's 440 horsepower. It was an insane special mod they did. That was between I think your Evo 8 or Evo 9 for that matter. It was a very crazy mod at the time. And then you got the Evo 10, which not a lot of people like the Evo 10 at the end of the day. I don't blame them because if there's one thing I don't like about the Evo 10, well, I like the front, I do not care for the back. The backlights are weird. I don't know what they were thinking on those backlights. That's the one thing I don't like about the Evo 10. The motor, I'm not sure what people are beefing about. It kind of sounds similar to the other 4G motors at the end of the day, but you know, it's what it is. You try to understand at the end of the day. Even got nice gauges too. And again, like I said, I don't know everything of Lancer Evo. I do see a Lancer Evo every now and then, like someone drives a sedan version of it. So without the spoiler, I'm not sure if they're called Evos. I think they're just called Lancers at that point. Is the funny part. So yeah, I think the Evo is the performance name, while Lancer is just Lancer. Because yeah, I will say Mitsubishi did went through like 2 sets of Lancers. Because yeah, there was the original OG muscle Lancer, then you have this Lancer that replaced that Lancer. Eventually. Which is the Lancer Evo, which, yeah, if I have preference, I kind of picked the Impreza over the Evo. And the reason why I picked the Impreza over the Evo, because I like the slimmer steering and stuff. And don't get me wrong, the Lancer's nice. It's nice and comfy. That's a good part. And that chunky is probably great for space and, you know, putting things in the car at the end of it. Because I will say, if I had to pick a sedan version, maybe I'd pick the Lancer over the Impreza in that case. Because the motor reliability is also really great for the Lancer too. And such. But yep, that ends that race at the end of the day. Now on to the Grade 1 Prototype Series at Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta. Which, this one I also had, I was kind of stumped because yeah, I tried to drive the McLaren VGT in this race. It is slow as shit and not worth your time. So instead, I drove a Grade 2 car that is fast enough to beat these Grade 1s at the end of the day. And this Grade 2 car is GTR Dismo GT500 2016. So yeah, any of those 2016 models, they can do this. So in case to inform you, it can do this at the end of that. But yeah, you could take a Grade 2, souped it up to like 900 pp and go against these guys at the end of the day and happy win eventually. I will say it is also a tough race. It's not a easy race, mind you. Especially I did have to increase the front, which the front makes it kind of wiggly at the end of the day. Because yeah, you don't want too much or else I'll start nosediving more than it should. So yeah, this is going to be a long race here because this is one of the 30-minute races of the Grade 1 race. So yeah, this is 300,000 for cash, but 30 minutes, which is, yeah, it's definitely not kind of worth it at the end of the day. But it's a bit regardless, and for the weeklies, I guess it's not a bad one at the end of the day. So, anything to mention, who is the bigger part to deal with, is the Peugeot 908. I'm on down because, yeah, the Peugeot 908 is one of the most deadliest opponents in terms of when it comes to Grade 1s in general. Because there's no other Grade 1 car like that 908, and it really shows. Because that 908 is diesel powered. Which, if you don't know, the diesel powered LMPs were very, very strong for the most part. I'll just say that. So that is my real point out of all this competition to say. Yeah, the objective of this though is just keep your constant pace and understand how many laps you need to do before you go in and stuff, and then keeping it fast at the end of the day. I would say that minute 10 is an example to do for times and stuff, because you'll do a minute 10 but not past minute 10. It's mostly like a minute 10.7 I saw for what time he could pull for the most part. So I literally just video record this and then now I'm voicing it now, because let's say it also time yesterday it just was a hassle, so it's like, okay, I'll just wait till tomorrow to do the record bit, so the replay and stuff, so that's why you can see the times and stuff on top of it. Yeah, the 908 HDI fat, no sexual puns intended. But yeah, the HDI basically, I guess like a high density or high diesel or something like that. I'm not really sure what that means at the end of the day, but all I can just tell you, it can do a lot of laps with that motor at the end of the day. A lot. Because yeah, in terms of who has like the best fuel performance out of all these cars, none of these hybrid ones will tell you that much. In fact, I figured, you know, being hybrid tech, you'd be able to last more during the races and stuff. No, that is not the case at all. Because that McLaren VGT, for example, is not very good. That car does like 6 laps on this track and goes about 111 when I was doing the testing for that. I will note, maybe I should have tried it with the medium tires, but from what I was seeing and stuff, it was not worth it in my eyes at the end of the day. So instead, let's just go get the Grade 2 car, because I know this is the car I will do it, because these cars are fast. They don't mess around. And the fact that they are basically as fast as these Le Mans prototypes cars, this tells you something, is that at this point, they're basically experimenting like how fuel efficient these cars can get anymore, which is technically good in regards. Unlike where the former cars is the case, where they're just getting slower and slower and slower, maybe more aerodynamic, but slower. Because yeah, that's the super formula cars in a nutshell. The Le Mans prototypes, they're trying to figure out, you know, fuel efficient ways how good can you last on fuel efficient means. Because at the end of the day, you don't want a car that hits 250 miles per hour, because that is just bad for the brakes, because the brakes can only handle so much. And then, reminder, you're doing like a heavy endurance race. Like you're like between 9 hours or 24 hours, if you're that insane, running the same car throughout the whole track at the end of it, which is gonna exhaust the car at the end of the day and exhaust what it has on it at the end of it. Like brakes, just anything. Anything you think of, it's gonna wear out eventually. Which is most of the case for some of these cars, that some of these cars have lost through the reliability failures and stuff. But some of these have won, like the TS05 there, or the TS030, it's the other one. But the Nismo GT LM is a failure. That's a big old failure. But these VGTs, yeah, I will say there's a lot of VGTs on top of it too. There are great ones, like the Bugatti and the Alpine here. weird looking car. I know it's based off of a DNA, some kind of old car style, but it's just very weird styling at this point. And then you got the legend that is the 787B. A technical winner, but only a winner due to reliable means, though. Not real much of it winning at the end of it. If the, I don't know what's the best, you know what, honestly, I just let it have it at the end of it. It won, but it was a legal win, though. Because it was also like the last year where rotary vehicles can even drive Le Mans at the end of it. Because the goal is at this point when it comes to Le Mans prototypes is that not only to be fast, but also be aerodynamically good and very fuel efficient on top of it. I guess that's kind of just the goals anymore when it comes to these. But yeah, some of these cars are still pretty great though, like the R92 CP, even though that also failed too, with the reliability issues. But some, like the L750R hybrid, very interesting car there. The XJR9, a winner in Le Mans. And probably like one of the rare winners too in terms of Jaguar race cars. Because Jaguars are here and there on that. But yeah, on the pit in there because I believe it was like 6 laps. Oh yeah, you probably noticed why I paused there because I had to go do something too on top of it. So I just paused it real quick and just cut back to it when I can. But yeah, as you can see there for times though, a minute 09. Minute 09 is pretty good for what it hit. So. Was gonna do hard tires for this. It's like no, we're doing mediums. Because there's really no point using hard tires when it comes to these high performance, because their tires do not wear at all either. It's a weird part. It's very strange. Unless your name is that car there. Then it's opposite, especially on softs. But yeah, I will say this is the case where softs are manageable. Like any other case I've seen where softs are used for this car at the end of it, it's just not good. Unless for unless they sprinting means no fuel sprints, but otherwise no. The softs are just bad. They're just bad tires for endurance racing. Besides for LMPs, because they're so light and they don't burn down the tires very much. Now, this would be the case I probably could have used the Corvette CXR, but I still kind of hate that car, so no. That car was crap. I could try it, and I am curious. The more I talk about it, I probably should, but I know it's gotta be garbage at the end of the day. If it's shown it was garbage against grade 3s, what makes it think it'll be any better against grade 1s? Or no, I take it back. It wasn't just grade 1s, it was grade 2s. So it's like, wow, doesn't matter. It's just not a good car. Just not. At this point, and then you know the fuel intake is pretty bad on that car too on top of it. And considering this is a 12 fuel suckage, so yeah, that's why the cars are going in immediately when they can. And as this also tells me, because there was points I made where the fuel efficiency I didn't think was good with these cars. I take that back. The fuel efficiency is great with these 500 cars. The more I think about it, and especially where I just saw an example with the McLaren VGT. The McLaren VGT does 6. This also does 6. And it's fast. So it's like, okay, in that case, yeah, the GT500s are better. That's effed up to say. So, I guess one day when I get to 900 PP testing, it's going to be really interesting between the high grade 2s and the grade 1s in that matter. Heck, those should be like grade 1s to be honest. I'm going to be honest about those GT500s. They should be grade 1s. Those last, the 2016 ones should be grade 1s. They are as fast as these cars. The only case they're not is once they hit the 950 PP range, and there's a few cars, a few of the grade 1s hit that, but not all of them at the end of it. So it's a very interesting case and stuff. But yeah, just trying to show the dashboards at the end of it. I have a feeling I don't think I showed all the dashboards because it got scattered at one point. I tried though. I really tried my damnedest. Yeah, I got the crazy UGT ones with their on-head displays and stuff. And then you got the most basic ones like the R18 TDI and stuff. Or the 919 hybrid. I just hope that this one Le Mans. Yeah, it's been the most lackluster one. Then again, LMPs are interesting because let's say there's two subclasses of LMPs. You have the higher ups that do hit a high speed and stuff. You have the lower ones, which I think in that case that 919 hybrid might be one of the low ones. Yeah, the easy crazy ones like the Audi UGT, which now I understand why this car exists because of how bad the R18 I believe is I tried. Cause I gotta be careful about what I say about those Audi ones because there's R18 TDI and then there's R11. The R11 is 2011. Just really weird at the end of the day. Very weird. Yeah, in terms of what else to say for vlog memes, not much. I didn't do the spiral as I said, but I'm going to eventually here and just kind of chilling, dealing with case and stuff. Had a cat that recently passed away on me recently here, so I'm just kind of a bit sad and, you know, whatnot. So how many times I had to save that cat and such. But it is what it is. You know, sometimes the pet just goes. And that's how it goes. So that's kind of all I have to say for vlog reasons. I'm trying to think of, say, other things besides, I don't know, I guess I went back to Twist Mode 2 and did, going after the Platinum Trophy for that, and now I'm going to go back to 3 and 4 for the PlayStation 4 version, because, just to say, the cool part about some of the old games, specifically the PlayStation 1 ones for that most part, there is a PlayStation 4 and a PlayStation 5 version. So in case you want double the trophies, you could do that. It's very weird, but you could just turn around and do that. It's very odd. But I might as well, just for fun enjoyment, pass the time a little bit, you know. I got 2 characters at this point. Or no, 4 characters at this point, because I got a reminder I gotta do Sweet Tooth for Minion. I got Roadkill to do, and I got Mr. Green, the sniper. That's based off one. Yeah, I'm still doing the whole thing when I asked my friend to do. Oh shit! Yeah, this happened. Yeah, you know, just to say, one reason why this 908 is a high punt. He's a dick. Considering what he just did there, he just punted this guy. He literally just punted that guy. But yeah, in terms of characters, I gotta do is Mr. Grimm, Roadkill, Sweet Tooth, and Minion, and basically I've been asking my friend like which number at the end there, and if it's like number 9, it's Mr. Grimm. So, and then you got number 2, which is Twister, I believe, something like that. Listen, I'm very vague on the choices on the numbers sometimes. I gotta remember. I think like number 5 Shadow. I'm even warning for your exact numbers could be. I think number 3 is Axel, I believe. That comes to a small tier, which is really weird. Really weird. Very weird. Yeah, basically after 2, I'm probably going after 3 and 4. So, yeah, I will say I will be doing Spiral sometime soon here. I don't know when. Because that's mostly going to be the bonus episode of Spiral, while Borderlands is going to be the main Let's Play episode. Cause I was thinking like maybe slide another Let's Play in there every now and then, but not always. If I have the extra time. Yeah. Alright guys, which I'm just gonna say it's gonna be a rare case. And all the other bigger plates I had to fulfill. So let's just say I don't just do YouTube content. So yeah, the biggest opponent though to deal with is the Peugeot 908 HDI Fab. This thing has been broken, like one of the most broken paint cars for some reason by the AI's case, and Not really sure why. Just besides the high fuel mileage. High fuel mileage and crazy speed pace it shows here at the end of the day. This is a crazy car. However, I gotta go fuel in though once again, sadly, because I am just like 1 lap short compared to him. In this case, it'd be 2 laps now. So it will stack. It will stack. At least luckily I have to fuel though, because the tires don't burn out that much. Because the tire burn in this track, it's only 4 times, so it takes a while till the tires burn. In any case you're dealing with most of the case, it's fuel. So that's the fun part. If there's one thing I don't like is having to deal with the slow exit out of the pits, because this takes a while for some reason. I have no idea why, besides your car just chugging along. It's like, come on, get out the exit pit lane quicker, would ya? Yeah, the 908 IFAP is the... Although I am noticing, it's still like 1 lap difference for some reason. He's about to go in the pits too. He just turned red. It's just really weird, very weird on there. Alright, I found out. Oh, then again, I gotta remind myself, I also like leaned a bit. I think I leaned like 3, if you want the exact. So I will note about another thing, I didn't technically fully record all of this race, I will say. I recorded most of the important bits, which was this first bit, because I want to at least pass the important driver out of this race, and then, basically just show at the end of it. Show for the rest. So, yeah, there's the point of interest, which is that 908 at the end of it. That 908 is just a big old threat at the end of it. That car is just not only fuel efficient, but just fast. Just as fast. It's the bad part. In fact, it's just kind of weird seeing this McLaren VGT up here. It's just kind of weird because I don't know, maybe I should try that car again. It felt like it just wasn't gonna do it at the end of it. Which is weird, he's on racing hards and everything too. He's just driving like normal. Maybe it's because I tuned it at the end of it. This might be normal stock, I don't know. It's just very close. It just didn't feel like it had the 800 horsepower at the end of it. Because it has more horsepower than this car. It should, but really kind of don't. That's just very strange about that. Yeah, just at this point I have the McLaren VGT and the R92 to pass here, and then I'll skip to the points. Yeah, that's the best way to show this race at the end there is basically get to the front, and once you beat the front, and show the points. But I'd say beat this guy loosely. I just have to wait till he pits here. Which in this case, the R92 CP, which it's crazy, man. It is crazy to see a GT500 versus one of the most iconic LMP Grade 1 race cars in a way in the virtual space. It is. But not in the reality space. The reality space, the R92 CP did not do a whole lot that great on that efficiency. It did things, but it didn't do a whole lot of great things. It had the potential. So, staying close. But yeah, just have to beat the R92, which is not a tough one to get to. It's just a matter of getting there. But he's doing everything in his power to keep the momentum going, but even if he didn't have to pit here, I would have still got him. He's right there. Oh no, I take that back. No, that wasn't that. What was that then? 962 maybe? There's a 962 right here. But anyways, I basically got him here. You just pit it. So it's like, oh, okay. Victory momentarily, because yeah, once we get to the first point here it's back to a duel, because yeah, the 908 just ain't done yet. He is not giving up just yet. Okay, as you see, his best lap is a minute 10.7, so as long as you beat that, you're good. In terms of efficiency and such. Yeah, he's on the same case though, racing mediums as well. Yeah, that's competition if I don't see one. Just trying to drive to GTR Nismo to victory. I hope he gives up here, which he will. Because I will say, strangely by efficiency, I eventually end up beating him. And I'm not sure how that happened, but it so happened that way. I'm not really sure how did that happen. But it is what it is. Yeah, so off he goes again to pits and stuff. And that's the end of the Peugeot 908 at the end of victory. But yeah, I will say I'm going to be basically running for the rest of these laps here, because I did measure count. Because as the saying goes, you might have to do an extra lap after the 30 here, which in my case I did. Because I will say by the time he got here, he was right there, so I wouldn't know if I just slowed down. I would have just immediately got done right then and there, but oh well. This was. I might as well just make a victory lap. View all the other cars, see what they're doing. And such. So TS05 from the Hyundai in. Such a weird car because that's how it's spoiled. As the gun goes, an R18, just getting there, the 962. See, and lastly me. Technically by crossing, I'm technically the last one to get there, but you know. It is what it is. But yeah, you can beat the grade 1 prototypes with a GT500 if so happen. I tried to drift with this. You already don't want to drift with this. You could try, but good luck. No, it's a very tough car to drift because it's so glued. It was glued for a good reason though. That's about it. But that basically wraps up for this weekly's at the end of the day. I'd say at the end of the day for this weekly's maybe a C. It's kind of basic. And especially the awards here. The awards ain't that really worth it. The 3-star is just for the miles at the end of the day. Which is pocket change. Oh yeah! It's $5 grand. And 150 grand and the most terrible price you could get for tickets. The parts one. Screw this one. Someone tell Gran Turismo to axe this already, because this is the most stupidest one anymore because of the fact you could turn around and just buy the part since you gave us allowance to buy the part now. Which, thank God, because I hated that. That was the reason why I also didn't use those parts at the end of it. And, you know, Gran Turismo must saw that and answer in return. But my car for this reward for the car ticket, because that's the best one to get, is the Super Formula Toyota 2019. Speaking of terrible Super Formulas, I mean, terrible, we'll see. They're technically okay, but you know, they're just big ol' And also, they're only $1 million, unlike a parent car. Parent cars can range up to 2 to 4 mil, so they're a joke of a cost compared to parent car. But here's the C110 I was gonna do for the Skyline event, which, yeah, you know, it's probably good I didn't do that event with this car at the end, because this car has slow acceleration as well. Because I don't know what's with the silhouette motor, but you know, you expect, you know, a good acceleration. No, for some reason the silhouette Skyline motor means that. That's very slow. Even though it causes one hell of a blast fume in your exhaust though. Good God, look how red that is. Just when I put a racing exhaust, but if I didn't, I'll recheck just in case. But that basically wraps up for this week, folks. I'll see you guys all next time. You guys enjoy. Hope you enjoyed what you watched at the end of the day, and until then, I'll see you guys next time. Enjoy the rest of this teaser. Bye bye.